I'm sick of you rappers, I got a fork in the blade, I'm a young Dharma. Letting off shots and killing the game, call me the Black Mamba. Murder mentality.
What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing this morning? It's your boy Savage Wolf Audio, Wild Hunter, whatever you want to call me. And once again, I woke up today feeling a little motivated. I wanted to get some stuff out the way for my channel. And if, there hasn't really been too much of me posting too much, but I want to change that. So my channel will be specifically for the STEM, science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. And I just want to get this on the roll. So today I'll get right into it. Make sure everything's cool, because I don't have anybody verify if I'm hearing me, but we'll see afterwards if y'all hear me or not. But yeah, so STEM, right? A little bit of my background. I have an associate's degree in building and civil technology, which is to say the use of Revit, or building software such as AutoCAD, Revit. I have dealings in SolidWorks, and it's very fun to me. It's like building Legos but on the computer. But other than that, I've always had a love for everything that is science and learning and just breaking down things to where you see how they work on the inside. It's very intriguing. So today's topic is El Nino. I've been seeing this on the news a lot, and I took a geography class, geography. I forget which one. It was the one study of Earth, soul geography. And we did go over this, but I wanted to refresh on it because there's a big one coming or forming. And then we can go into what's going on currently after this little short clip. But yeah, so we got this creator here. What's his name? What's his face? Let's see. We got Met Office UK Weather with a little short video of what is El Nino. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Every few years, the El Niño phenomenon kicks into life in the Pacific Ocean around the equator. It can affect weather around the world, changing the odds of floods, drought, heat waves, and cold seasons for different regions, even raising global temperatures. But what is El Niño, and how does it happen? Firstly, we need to know what's normally happening in the tropical Pacific. This vast stretch of ocean sees consistent winds, called trade winds, that blow from east to west. These winds push warm water near the surface in their direction of travel, so the warm water piles up on the western side of the ocean around Asia and Australasia. On the other side of the ocean, around South and Central America, as the warmer water gets pushed away from the coast, it's replaced by cold water which is pulled up from deeper down in the ocean, a process called upwelling. This creates a temperature difference across the tropical Pacific, with warmer water piled up in the west and cooler water in the east. Warmer water adds extra heat to the air, which causes the air to rise with more vigor, and it's this rising air that creates an area of more unsettled weather, with more cloud and rainfall. That rising air in the west sets up atmospheric circulation across this part of the world, with warm, moist air rising on one side of the ocean and cooler, drier air descending on the other.
One thing I know is anytime warm weather and cold weather mixes together, it creates turbulence in the weather.
Circulation reinforces the easterly winds, so this part of the world sits in a self-perpetuating state until El Niño begins. If conditions are right, tropical Pacific weather systems, or slow changes in the ocean around the equator, can set off a chain of events which weaken or even reverse the usual trade winds. With weakened trade winds, there's less push of warm surface water to the western side of the ocean, and less upwelling of cold water on the eastern side. This allows the usually colder parts of the ocean to warm, cancelling out the normal temperature difference. Because the area of warmest water moves, so does the associated wet and unsettled weather. This changes rainfall patterns over the equatorial Pacific, as well as the large-scale wind patterns. It's this change in winds which has a knock-on effect, changing temperature and rainfall in locations around the world. The main impacts are around the tropics, where you see an increase in the risk of floods in Peru and droughts in Indonesia, India, and parts of Brazil. But virtually wherever you are in the world, El Nino has the potential to affect you directly via the weather or indirectly via socio-economic impacts. There's another impact from El Nino which happens because of all the extra heat at the surface of the tropical Pacific. This releases vast amounts of energy into the atmosphere, which can temporarily push up global temperatures. This is why El Nino years often feature among the warmest on record. Each El Nino event is different, so the global impacts can change. You can find out more about the differing impacts of El Nino on our website. El Nino peaks around Christmas time and lasts for several months. It can die back to neutral conditions, but sometimes reverses into La Niña. This is the flip side of the oscillation, which sees a strengthening of the normal trade winds. This pushes the warmest water to the far western part of the tropical Pacific and increases the upwelling of cold water in the east. This cooler water extends out from the coast of the Americas towards the central part of the ocean. La Niña also impacts global weather and tends to have opposite effects to El Nino. You can also see more about La Niña and its impacts on our website.
So we got we got colder water temperatures being pushed to the east by warmer water. So I'd imagine in the South Pacific, Asia, it's a little hotter because of this, right? But there's a flip when the process is thrown off. So let's see what's going on with the 2026 situation. Okay. Okay. Let's see what this creator.
Lately, we've been hearing a lot about a super El Nino that could take shape.
And this is PBS Terra. Shout out PBS Terra. Let's see what she has to say.
This summer. And history shows us that this could be bad. Like, really bad. The year was 1877, and possibly the strongest El Nino ever recorded developed in the Pacific Ocean, and it led to the deaths of around 50 million people. And for perspective, that's more than 3% of everyone on Earth at that time. So how is that even possible? Okay, so first, the basics. El Nino happens when surface waters in the central and eastern tropical Pacific become unusually warm. Essentially, once this region, which is called Niño 3.
Okay, we'll go back, but we did see how the mechanics of El Nino. So we'll go back and put this all together.
4 is at least half a degree Celsius above average for several months. That's when we're officially in El Nino territory. But in 1877, some scientists believe that warming may have reached around 3.5 degrees above average, or 7 times that threshold. And this helped drive one of the sharpest global temperature spikes ever recorded, and something called the Great Drought. Huge parts of the tropics and subtropics dried out, leading to crop failure and famine across continents, and the death toll was almost beyond comprehension. 12 to 29 million people in India, 20 to 30 million people in China, and around 2 million in Brazil. In total, the famine likely killed more than 50 million people. If the same share of humanity died today, it would mean nearly 300 million people. So, did El Nino
300 million is the population of America, North America, the United States. So just to put that to scale, this is a pretty serious thing.
Really kill 50 million people? Well, it definitely triggered and exacerbated droughts around the world, but colonialism, poverty, fragile food systems, and political choices turned that drought into one of modern history's deadliest episodes. And if this El Nino turns out to be of the super variety, hopefully we'll handle it better than we did back then. Lately, we've been hearing.
So there's other factors, right? Human error, human greed that might affect this. Um, I don't know. I don't want to be like the doomsday guy, but let's see. What is the cause of El Nino 2020 Super El Nino? So I want to investigate this further. Super dry lips. What is the cause of Super El Nino 2026? All right, so let's see. The 2026 Super El Nino is caused by a massive weakening and reversal of easterly trade winds combined with unusual intense subsurface ocean heating. Okay, we went over that in the first video. These forces are further amplified by ongoing human-caused global warming. And this is what I was trying to get. Oh, hold on. You guys can't see it. Let's just do this. All right. So, as said before, 2026 Super El Nino is caused by a massive weakening and reversal of easterly trade winds combined with unusual intense subsurface ocean heating in the Pacific. These forces are further amplified by ongoing human-caused global warming. So this was kind of the point I was trying to get at, and will be the main, like one of the points. How do you say, the one of the common themes in my series. Because I'm a person that does believe in global warming. It was actually, once again, it was a point in my class. It was a very sad lecture. I'm gonna share this lecture with you all one day. I'm gonna make my own video. It's very sad. My professor really fucked all of us up with this lecture, but I'll say that lecture again one day. But I want to get to. So I just want to get to this part right here. The fossil fuel pollution and climate change have preheated the global ocean. So I'm gonna try to explain it how I remember, but most of so the ocean, the heat of the ocean, the salinity. Let's see. What is I think salinity. Let's look up what salinity is. How does salinity affect El Nino? Ocean salinity acts as a critical brake or accelerator for El Nino by changing the mix of water, which alters how easily warm and cold ocean layers mix. The salinity layer in Western Pacific, heavy tropical rain creates a thick surface layer of fresh, low salinity water. Because fresh water is less dense than salty water, it floats on top like an insulating blanket. This is the barrier layer, blocks cold, deep ocean water from mixing upward, trapping solar heat at surface and accelerating the warming that fuels El Nino. So in essence, because of the chemicals that are being put into the atmosphere, it's mixing with the ocean water. Now it's stopping the natural processes that keep us safe, honestly. That keep us safe, that keep California 75-degree, that keep the Hawaiian Ocean uh clear like chlorine water. So all that stuff, this earth was kind of perfect and there's been additives added to it. And so now we're going to start seeing the consequences of not paying attention and being good stewards to our home. And I guess we can end this video here. I kind of see a call to action from myself, which is to spread the word about how our habits, our way of life might end. And it is still somewhat preventable, and we can get into that too. But ultimately, if we don't slow down, pump the brakes, then we're not gonna be able to live, and even our kids won't be able to live the comfortable lives that we've enjoyed. So, without further ado, I want to thank my friends, family, and most of all you, the customer. And we'll see you next time with more science clips. Until then, have a great day.
I'm sick of you rappers, I got a fork in the blade, I'm a young Dharma. Letting off shots and killing the game, call me the Black Mamba.